All right, question number 2 has to do with language development. So the child's able to say sentences with subject and verb, such as give me apple or give me water. But the child never inquires about people or about items. And so the parent is asking, like, okay, how do I teach my child how, to ask these questions? All right, so now there are 2 different aspects to this question, okay? On the one side is the actual asking of the questions, meaning like, oh, okay, does he know, like, what questions to ask under what circumstance? The other one is really about the motivation to ask these questions, and that one is a much more difficult one to answer. Because when you don't need anything, why would you ask for it? Like at the end of the day, like none of us ask questions that we have no interest in, And so with respect to that one, that's harder because then you're going to have to set up situations where they can ask that question. And by asking that question, they get some sort of reinforcement for that. Now, in terms of actually teaching the child to ask questions, that's a lot easier to accomplish. So when we're looking at asking the child to ask questions, right? What we're looking at is the conditions under which they would ask these questions. Now, most of the time, we don't even bother with this level until the child's really good about answering questions. Like, oh, I can ask a child, what an item is, what a person's doing, who is this person, where is this person, and separately, not necessarily together, but they can answer all of those questions. Then we would start into teaching them how to ask the questions that they know how to answer. So what we do is we have a program called Be the Teacher. And Be the Teacher is basically we're switching roles with the child. So the child's used to us teaching them stuff, asking them questions, them answering those same questions. They're used to that. And so Be Teacher is taking all the programs that the child has already learned and changing it so that they're the ones asking us those very same questions. So we might call the child over and practice a program that they've already known, So I'll go, oh, what is it? They'll say, oh, it's a water bottle. What is it? Oh, it's scissors. What is it? It's a pen. And then we would say, okay, now it's your turn to be the teacher. And then we give them the exact same items that we did. And then we're facilitating them asking us what we just asked them. And we do that until the child's able to do it without us modeling it at the beginning, where we can just call them over, give them the items and say, okay, you be the teacher. And then they ask us all those questions from all the programs that we've already worked with them on. And then they're able to respond, that they can ask us the same questions.